Hello viewers, on the Abu Bakr Jundan channel. In this video, we will talk about tourism in Saudi Arabia, enjoyable viewing for everyone. Tourism, tourists, visits, and places in Saudi Arabia. Makkah is Saudi Arabia's star attraction, the Masjid Al-Haram. This exquisite mosque located in the holy city of Mecca is known around the world as the most sacred place in the Muslim world, as it is the birthplace of the Prophet Muhammad and Islam itself. Only Muslims are permitted to enter the city, and millions arrive each year for the annual Hajj, or pilgrimage, to Mecca. Masjid Al-Haram sits in the center of the city and surrounds the Kaaba, a cloth-covered cube that is Islam's most sacred shrine. Medina. Al-Masjid an-Nabawi, built by the Holy Prophet Muhammad and open 24 hours a day, but only to Muslims, Al-Masjid an-Nabawi serves as a centerpiece to the city of Medina. The mosque is one of the largest in the world and is the second holiest site, after the Great Mosque in Mecca, in Islam. It contains the tomb of Muhammad in what is known as the Green Dome. Riyadh. Riyadh province not only contains Saudi Arabia's capital city of Riyadh, but it also claims some of the most historic and modern landmarks in the country. Visitors can spend several days in Riyadh exploring royal palaces, ancient fortresses, and the world's third tallest building with a hole. Think that's unique? It's just the beginning of things to see in Saudi Arabia. Masmak Fortress, looking like a fort in the middle of the desert, Masmak Fortress represents a time when garrisons were necessary to protect a city. The former military station turned museum was built in the late 1800s and was raided in 1902. Visitors can see a spearhead still embedded in the main entryway and learn how the garrison was turned into an ammunition warehouse and a prison in later years. Kingdom Tower. What exactly does a record-breaking building with a hole look like? Sightseers willing to visit the 99-story Kingdom Tower can find out. The skyscraper is home to Al-Mamlakah, a modern shopping mall with brand-name stores and high-end restaurants, but it also is the best place to get a smashing view of Riyadh. Visitors can reach an inverted parabolic arch, the hole, in the upper third of the tower, and an ascent via elevator to the tippy-top leads sightseers onto a 65-meter-long skybridge with glass panels. Besides Al-Mamlakah shopping mall, Kingdom Tower also houses the Four Seasons Hotel Riyadh at Kingdom Center, office buildings, and luxury apartments. Al Faisaliyah Center and the Globe Lounge, containing 44 floors and a dynamic restaurant, Al Faisaliyah Center is one of Riyadh's most modern attractions. The skyscraper is the fourth tallest building in the kingdom, and guests can dine in luxury and enjoy a panoramic view of the city from the Globe Lounge, which sits on top. Wadi Hanifa is a wadi in the Najd region, Riyadh province, in central Saudi Arabia. The valley runs for a length of 120 kilometers from northwest to southeast, cutting through the city of Riyadh, the capital of Saudi Arabia. A string of towns and villages lie along the valley, including Uyayna, Irka, and Diriyah. Historic Ad Diriyah, listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Ad Diriyah is where the first Saudi state was established in 1745. The area currently is undergoing reparation in preparation for the influx of tourists expected to enter the country, but tourists are still welcome to explore the grounds. The city once served as Saudi Arabia's capital, and while the complex is historic, the restaurants and shops surrounding it are very chic. Families and tourists can spend an entire day in Ad Diriyah traversing winding pathways and viewing exhibits, as well as dining at local restaurants and shopping for souvenirs. Jeddah. It's impossible to name all the incredible attractions in Jeddah, but one place to start is on the coast. The Jeddah Corniche is one of the newest and nicest additions to the city, and its sparkling beaches, interactive water fountains, children's play areas and stupendous view leave travelers wondering, why go anywhere else in Jeddah? The coastal walkway stretches for 18 miles, 30 kilometers, along the Red Sea, and visitors can find shade under pavilions while viewing large-scale, open-air sculptures, yachts in the marina and even King Fahd's Fountain, the highest fountain in the world. The Corniche also is the gateway to Farasin Island, popular for diving, birdwatching and playing on private beaches. Al-Ula. Al-Ula, with its winding rows of tightly packed mud-brick houses and the buzzing atmosphere of everyday living in Saudi Arabia, Al-Ula is a gem of a tourist attraction. Some houses still standing in the town are estimated to be up to 2,000 years old, and because the town has an abundant water supply and rare, fertile soil, it is considered a true oasis in the desert. The tiny village has a population of only about 5,500 people, so visitors will get a true taste of local life when they visit Al-Ula. In addition to its maze-like infrastructure, Al-Ula also is located along the incense route, a network of roads that once were used to transport spices, silk, and other goods for trade through Arabia from Egypt and India. Madin Saleh, located about 40 minutes northeast of Al-Ula and considered a town of its own, Madin Saleh is a dreamy archaeological site to explore, particularly for history fanatics. The city, which is more than 3 times the size of Al-Ula, is most widely known for its cluster of 131 ancient tombs built for the Nabatean people, but it also contains hints of what life was like during the 1st century. Asir. The Asir region or Asir region is a region of Saudi Arabia located in the southwest of the country that is named after the Ashra tribe. It has an area of 76,693 square kilometers and an estimated population of 2,211,875. It shares a short border with the Saada Governorate of Yemen. Abha. Abha, known as the City in the Sky and located in one of KSA's most scenic mountain ranges, Abha is a splendid place where visitors can get a taste of local life as well as a cool refuge. Because the city is built in the mountains, Abha experiences much cooler temperatures, 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 21 degrees Celsius, in summer and 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 degrees Celsius, in winter, and sometimes even sees snow. Visitors can explore historic sites like Shada Archaeological Palace and natural wonders like Jabal Suda in Al Suda, Asir National Park. Abha also is the perfect place to see traditional architecture, particularly mud and stone houses, some of which were built more than 3 centuries ago. Najran. Najran is the fastest growing city in Saudi Arabia, and since it borders Yemen, it was once designated as a trading area called Abul Saud. The city is loved for its lush vegetation and fruit orchards. Visitors will find their fill of fresh grapes, lemons, and oranges while visiting Najran, and tourists often are surprised to find that Najran is full of natural attractions and historic landmarks as well. Al-Ukhdud Archaeological Site. Al-Ukhdud, considered a gory piece of history by some, Al-Ukhdud Archaeological Site is actually a trench where more than 1,500 Jewish rulers lost their lives when they converted to Christianity. The leaders were incarcerated in 525 BC and then burned inside the complex, which now awaits its designation as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Najran architecture. Many historic buildings in Najran take on an architectural style known as Midmak. The structural design is influenced by Yemenis, many of whom occupy the city today. Najran Dam. If you're in Najran, you might as well stop by the biggest dam in Saudi Arabia. The area offers lovely walking trails and scenic viewpoints. Historic Amara Palace, Najran Fort. Designed like a castle out of mud, straw, and stone, this 65-room complex once housed the local governor and his assistants. Inside, Guests can now explore a museum that preserves the history of Najran along with a water well that dates to the pre-Islamic age. Najran Museum. This incredible display of artifacts helps unfold the history of Najran as well as the city's influence in Saudi Arabia. Mud houses at the entrance are a huge attraction, but guests should still enter as the museum contains a flurry of fascinating facts. Dhahran. Dhahran is a city in Saudi Arabia of limestone mountains and wonderful in beaches attractive to tourists, and we will address the following. The most important tourist places in Dhahran is located 5 kilometers from the city center of Khobar and is considered a major global center for the oil industry. The King Abdulaziz Center for World Culture, also known as ITHRA, in Dhahran, Saudi Arabia, developed by Saudi Aramco and inaugurated by King Salman bin Abdulaziz on December 1, 2017. ITHRA is located in the same place of which the first Saudi discovered oil field. Tourism in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, a world of beauty inspired by nature. Thank you for watching, and do not forget to press the like button if you liked the video and subscribe to the channel. A happy day for all. Thank you for watching. Abu Bakr Jandan channel.